I want to talk to you about Iceland. I'm in Iceland at the moment here with my friend Secret Santa. And I'm Icelandic, in case you don't know, but I moved away from here I don't know, like 18, 19 years ago. And I lived in Denmark for 5 years and then in Prague in the Czech Republic for the last 13 years. So, yeah, and on my podcast, which I have, it's called the Blah Blah Bunker. You can find it on Spotify and Google and Apple Podcasts and all that. I often have people that have moved away from home, and I'm always kind of curious about like what it is that they think about their home country. You know, if they miss something or if there are any particular things that like they see their country in a different way. And then I started thinking about like how I actually see Iceland, having lived away from there for such a long time. And so I kind of wanted to do a little short count of, first of all, like 6 things that I kind of miss about Iceland after moving away, and then on another one, my next rant from the car, I will do 6 things that I don't miss, or 6 things that I think are wrong with Iceland. And so subscribe to the channel. It's somewhere down there on the bottom of the screen, so you never miss a thing. And check out, like I said, check out my podcast. But so yeah, obviously the first thing that I miss about Iceland, I think that's kind of obvious. That's the nature. I mean, when I moved from Iceland to Copenhagen, I moved into an apartment where my view was basically the neighbor's window, you know, and you didn't really see anything. There was no mountains or lakes or ocean or anything like that you could see from living downtown Copenhagen. I mean, they had some parks and stuff like that. It's the same in Prague. I mean, Prague is a little bit different. It's more green, but still, yeah, you don't have that mountain view that in Iceland you see something everywhere, and partially because we don't have any trees that block the view. So I kind of missed that. I started going out to nature in Iceland when I visit, which I never did before. I would never go because I kind of took it for granted. Another part that I really like, or number 2 that I really like about Iceland, that I appreciate, everything works, you know, you go to the gym and there are, 7 treadmills, and they're all going to be working. When I went to a gym in Prague and they had like 15 treadmills in a row, and I was like, wow, that's great, you know. And then I came in there as a member and there was like 2 of them were working, you know. And if you need anything, like, you know, you need internet or new mobile phone or whatever, you know, any kind of service, it's gonna be super fast and quick. And and you go to a toilet somewhere, it's gonna work. It's never gonna be out of order for a week or whatever. So I like that, you know. It's a kind of high standard, everything works. The mentality, that's kind of the third thing. There's a very kind of a solution-oriented mentality here. Like, people want to solve things. They want to help you solve your problem. So when you go to, I don't know, like a public office here, and you have something to do, and they see that, okay, you might not have all the formalities, but they can fix it for you, or they can help you with it. They will do that. In Prague, they will send you home as often as they possibly can, and they will do it with pleasure, because they just don't want to help anyone. It's not in their nature to be like solving people's problems. And I think also when it comes to business here, people are very kind of creative in solving any kind of issues that they have with business. I think there was the nature, everything works, solution oriented, and then the kind of the quality and service is really great here. I mean, when I moved to Denmark, I never felt that the staff in any kind of restaurants or cafes really liked having customers. They were kind of bothered by you being there. And when I moved to Prague, it got even worse. I mean, they outright hate customers in a lot of places there, and they would be very happy if nobody came in the whole day. Whereas in Iceland, you can ask for advice, you can ask for directions, and they will be happy to tell you. You can make a joke, or you can ask, whatever about their neighborhood or something, and they will be happy to engage with you in a conversation. So that kind of is a great thing that I haven't felt in these other places that I've lived. And then, yeah, the quality as well. I mean, part of that service is quality, that, you know, like, yeah, as I mentioned before, everything works, and it's kind of high standard and high quality of service. I kind of miss the wildness of Icelandic people, because, you know, Icelandic people are a little bit like wild, you know. You can get them to do crazy stuff, and no idea or any suggestion is kind of blown away, and people are ready to kind of rock and roll and do crazy stuff, you know. And I think that is also maybe because we don't have any kind of protocol, you know. We don't have a hierarchy or anything like that in this society, you know. Like, we're all kind of very even or equal, whereas, you know, in for example, in Prague, you know, there's a place for everyone in a hierarchy, and you're supposed to behave in a certain way, and, I don't know, address elderly people in a different way than young people. And for me, a lot of this stuff is really like bullshit, and I think it kind of comes into that, yeah, you hold back more when you live in a community like that. Whereas in Iceland, where everyone is kind of equal, then you go ahead and you can go crazy and go wild, and it's fun, you know. And everything is possible, you know. There's no such thing as not possible. Yeah, and the sixth thing that I would mention is the food. I miss the dairy, the cream, the butter. I mean, I had good cream and butter in Denmark. I miss the fish, of course, but in Prague you don't really get this stuff in quality. And if you get it in quality, you pay, you know, you lose an arm in the store when you pay for it. So I miss that. I miss that part about the food, the kind of the dairy products and the fish. Obviously, we also have really good lamb meat, and we have, you know, horse meat, which I really like. Whale meat. We have shark, and so there are a few things like this that I really miss. But yeah, so I think that's it. Those are the 6 things that I kind of learned to appreciate better when I moved away from Iceland, or which I kind of like more, and I enjoy when I visit here. Like now, I enjoy them more. And this guy, I think this guy here, he's from the Alcohol Anonymous. It's like a charity thing. You buy it as a charity. It's not that we're celebrating Christmas. He's just been hanging around here since Christmas. It's actually May now or whatever. So guys, yeah, subscribe and stay tuned, because I will release the episode about, or like the rant about what I dislike, or what I see differently in a negative way about Iceland after having lived away from here for all this time. Stay tuned for that, guys. Take care.